Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. I should be all over the butter? I'm reading your shirt.
I should be over all the butterflies. It's Paramore.
Welcome to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. My name is Rick and I'm joined by Roses and Butter.
Amanda.
And Kim.
And as always, we would appreciate it if you consider liking this video. Extra appreciation if you subscribe to us. You don't even have to listen to us. Just subscribe. That's great. Love that.
No, we want you to listen.
We do, but if you don't, that's okay. I'll just take the subscribe. Okay? I have no shame. So please like and subscribe. Or you can also drop us a comment in the YouTube description down there below. Or if you are listening in your ears, that would be romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. And we're back for the second day in a row.
I like that we are fully repping the Eras tour right now. Because you've got your Paramore and I've got my Taylor.
Yep.
And I have a hood. A coven.
Yeah.
It's a coven.
What?
Like Willow.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Sure. Socket.
We knew she was going to come back.
She's eating dirt.
Socket, Amanda's dog, had wandered off right before we started recording, and we'd made the comment that we knew we were going to hear from her at some point, per usual.
She's come back and gone to her personal snack bar, which is the plants behind me.
Which is the dirt.
She's not even, which is so funny because, like, if you can see, like, this one with the light, like, that's lettuce. So she could eat that. And
you're growing lettuce?
Yeah. You want to see?
No.
That's the best.
I thought no meant no.
Grow food, not lawns.
Does no not mean no anymore?
Look at my lettuce.
That's crazy. Are you going to eat it?
That is the intention.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Rick,
wild.
you should get rid of your lawn and plant a garden.
No, I like my lawn. It's nice to look at.
Lawns are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We should all have wildflowers instead. It's better for the earth. Okay, well, you could have a patch of wildflowers.
What are wildflowers?
Flowers that are wild, that are native to the area, so that the bees have more things to pollinate, and that helps the bee population, which helps all of the plant populations.
I have plants and flowers. And there's this little bush I have that the bees love. I don't know. It has these little white little flowers coming out of it.
That's great. You're doing it. You're helping the cause.
Yeah.
So that is my lettuce, and you ask, am I going to eat it? And I've already eaten it, and more grew back because that's how plants work. So I'm going to cut it today when I make salads, and I'll mix it in with the rest of the salad because it's not enough lettuce. It's enough lettuce to make like one salad.
What was that character's name from Darkwing Duck with the vines?
What?
That grew the plants?
Poison Ivy from Batman?
No. There was a Darkwing Duck character, too. I swear to God.
His name was Carrion Swift.
Darkwing Duck.
Bushroot.
Thank you. See?
Dr. Reginald Bushroot.
Yeah. I know what I'm talking about. I love Darkwing Duck.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Something else. That's the
what
only
are we reading?
We are reading Heir of Fire. Heir of Fire.
Like Hades from Hercules.
We were reading Heir of Fire. We were continuing Aedion Ashryver Galathinius' journey. Last we met our heroine. She had been shipped off to Wendlyn by Chaol, who thought he was doing a good thing. Turns out might not have been the best idea. You idiot. Should have consulted anyone before you did that. If
Chaol has no haters, it's because Rick is dead.
Right. Yes, so Aedion has been shipped off to Wendlyn. Chaol, Dorian, and Aedion. We have a new character that will pop up. We have separate stories going on right now.
So many new characters that are going to pop up.
A lot.
Yeah. We're starting. This is where we go. The backstory is officially over. We're going.
Only took 3 prequels.
Yep.
All right. Chapter 1. We're reading, this episode is about 1 through 23. So it's the first third of the book. So chapter 1. Selena Sardothian is rotting away on the sweltering rooftops of Varese in Wendlyn, surviving on stolen wine, oniony flatbread, and pure depression. Haunted by Nehemia's death and feeling like a massive coward, she has completely abandoned her king-assigned mission to assassinate Crown Prince Aedion Ashryver after realizing he is a beloved rebel fighting actively against Adarlan. She originally planned to find the Fae Queen Maeve to learn how to destroy the word keys, but now she's just picking brutal bar fights to feel something and spiraling into a pit of despair. Hitting an absolute rock bottom, she drops into an alley only to be screamed at by a vagrant woman who mistakes the filthy, foul-smelling assassin for a fellow beggar competing for street space.
Yep.
It's hard to see her like this.
I love this opening scene. Like, I really liked it because it just like, yeah, she's deep in it. And particularly, coming off the last book, having seen how much she's like spiraled during this first part of her journey that she had going to Wendlyn. I also really loved though, like the true sort of world building that happens in that we're like, oh, Wendlyn's a really different place than Adarlan.
Yeah, it's like you're like Prince of Persia almost.
Exactly. We're like, we are back in like a desert sort of situation.
How do you know Prince of Persia?
It was a game.
You're a
and
girl.
And also a movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
That movie sucked. Did you see that movie?
It did.
It was so bad.
I
love. Hold on. That was actually one of my favorite. I made fun of this. I truly made fun of this before like people actually started making fun of this. Like, I love that shit. The Prince of Persia, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise. Like, this was
insane. Actually, the reason Prince of Persia is on my mind, when I read this, I was obviously thinking about Aladdin, but the reason Prince of Persia was on my mind is because I've only watched the cold open and the monologue of last night's SNL, but they do reference Prince of Persia in the cold open. And then two politicians have a conversation about how the GameCube is an underrated platform and how it was hard to code for.
Who underrated the GameCube?
I don't know, but it was for a cold open that they clearly had like 10 minutes to write. It was pretty good.
All right.
But more importantly, my child, Connor Story, had a great monologue.
So what's going on with Aelin?
We're reading chapter 2. The humiliating alley encounter is abruptly interrupted by the arrival of a massive, lethal Fey warrior radiating ancient power and the promise of violence. I wrote, "Is this him?" with a bunch of question marks. You guys need to know that Rick has a shirt with all of his book boyfriends on it, and one of the names on the shirt is Rowan. And I know it's this Rowan and not Rowan from Phantasma Enchantra because they're spelled differently. And so for weeks, I've been like, Rick, your shirt has spoilers. Rick, your shirt has spoilers. And so for the last 3 books, I've been like, who the fuck is Rowan? And these two clowns have been like, you don't know. You know that her name's not really Selena Sardothian, so you don't know who Rowan's going to turn out to be. Which one of these guys is Rowan? And I was like,
Rowan Westfall.
I was like, fuck all of you guys. Rowan is going to be a different dude. And I feel really vindicated.
Dorian Rowan. What's the last name? What is his last name? Haviliar. Right. Yeah. There's so many names.
Sam,
yeah.
Rowan, Cortland.
Right. Sam, Rowan, Cortland.
I did at one point. I was like, Sam comes back and he's Rowan, and Rick goes, "Get that out of your head right now. Sam's real dead.
He's dead. He's gone. Let's not. I'll tell you when someone's dead. All right, just so you don't have to like wonder."
Right. Well, we did actually see his mutilated body, so that wasn't hidden from us. Yeah. It did happen off screen, but we did see the body. I will say so. And I said this in our last episode that we recorded yesterday also. First off, we've talked about there's a lot of dudes in these books. So, like, yeah, he is a guy. We don't know who.
But in this section, she says, "I've known a few brooding warrior types in my day, but I think you might be the broodiest." And I'm just saying, if he's the broodiest warrior, that's the guy.
And he is, so I was going to add on, clearly a grumpy refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
So
grumpy, so refrigerator. And again, I say there's a lot of characters in this book. This guy's definitely the guy for somebody. We are getting a soup scene about Rowan at some point. Not in this book. I know there's no soup until like book 7 or whatever. All right. This is Rowan, a silver-haired immortal with pine green eyes, a vicious face tattoo, and a seriously bad attitude. I did not call the face tattoo.
Yeah.
I forgot about the face tattoo.
I did too. That's not in my head when I think of him.
Despite smelling like a literal garbage fire, Celaena attempts to bluff her way through the introduction with trademark arrogance, but Rowan is entirely unimpressed by her mortal guise and sarcastic banter. Operating under orders from Maeve, the brooding warrior procures horses and wordlessly escorts the exiled assassin out of the capital to finally face her immortal auntie. This is also where we learn that all Fae possess a secondary animal form, which was news to me. I know we talked about that in the last episode, but that was news to me about the Fae here.
So, yeah, and they briefly touch on this, and I think it's, like, kind of crazy, like, I don't know, like, scary just to think about it. Like, there was magic at one point on the other continent, and if the Fae were in their animal form, they'd be stuck in that form for 10 years, which is crazy.
He's just a hawk forever.
Yeah.
A hawk throne.
A hawk throne.
All right. Chapter 3, we're back in Rifthold, and Chaol Westfall is plagued by gruesome recurring nightmares of Celaena slaughtering him and Dorian, recognizing the terrifying vengeance-fueled monster she is capable of becoming. The tension in the glass castle skyrockets with the arrival of the legendary General of the North, Aedion Ashryver, who struts into the Great Hall wearing the King of Adarlan's black ring. Chaol is absolutely paralyzed with panic because Aedion is Celaena's cousin and possesses the exact same striking turquoise eyes ringed with gold, threatening to expose her true identity as Aelin Galathinius to the entire court. To make matters worse, the insolent and unpredictable Aedion is casually wielding the Sword of Orinth, a sacred heirloom that rightfully belongs to Celaena's murdered father. My notes for this chapter say there's so many guys, and then 5 seconds later, and there's so many rings.
Yep.
Chapter 4, we are introduced to the terrifying Manon Blackbeak, the ruthless heir to the Blackbeak witch clan, who is currently hiding out in Fenharrow village, posing as a gentle Croaken witch.
Yes.
She deliberately baits 3 murderous mortal farmers into breaking into her cottage so she can have a little fun. I'm going to read this section and then I want to talk about Croaken witches. When the men corner her, Manon drops the innocent act, revealing her lethal iron nails and snapping iron teeth before brutally tearing them apart. She proudly wears a blood-red cloak taken from her very first Croaken kill, treating the slaughter of mortals as an entertaining game while she fulfills her clan's sacred duty to wipe out their ancient enemies. What's a Croaken witch?
So there are technically 4 clans of witches, and Croakens were one of them. Why did the fighting happen? Why did the fighting start, Rick? I forgot now.
If I remember correctly, it was basically like I would also like to say another mispronunciation on my part back from the summer. I always pronounce it Croatian. But I do know now that it is Croaken. Basically, from what I remember, and we'll definitely clear it up later, the Croatians either like didn't want to be as violent as the other group, or aligned with the humans, and there was and the 3 clans basically formed together to exterminate the Croaken witches.
I am learning Yiddish, so it's Croaken.
There you go. I think of it like crocus, like the flower.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So basically, though, like, she's in this village because, her clan members and the other 2 clan members, mostly her clan members, have been, like, spread out and are basically trying to hunt down the remaining Croakens and kill them. And so she basically goes from, like, place to place and is trying to
weed them out.
Suss them out and figure out where they are. And they've been hiding out largely in human villages. So that's why she's there.
Rick, you raised your hand. Was that what you wanted to say?
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
And as you saw me and heard me clapping, I had drastically different feelings about this reading it meow than the first time, because when we got to the first time, I was like, who the fuck are you?
Did you feel that way about Aedion, though?
No, because Aedion was introduced through...
He walked into a room full of characters we already knew.
There was that, but he was introduced from Chaol or Dorian's perspective. And this one was just, I am Manon Blackbeak. And I was like, no, I don't want no more friends. I don't know you. Who are you? Go away. And that actually happened to a lot of people. I saw lots of reels on that, where it was just very how are you giving us a completely new perspective in the third book, whatever you want to call it. And we were all wrong.
I didn't.
And we have more new perspectives to come.
We do.
But
yeah, I knew that Manon was coming. I see her name in a lot of places. Rick has a keychain of her. I was excited to meet my friend. I decided before I met her that she was going to be my favorite character. So I don't know anything about her, but
for the new reader, Amanda, so Manon is introduced as an unapologetic, soulless killer. How do you feel about following the POV of a character who is seemingly on the wrong side of the war?
Love it. I love a good villain. My Disney villains, top tier. Batman villains, top tier. Give me an over the top villain who is heartlessly cruel for no reason. I'm into it. Give me a villain redemption arc. I'm often into it.
Yeah, and I was good.
This is not about that, but one of the things I have trouble reconciling in my head is that the witches are supposed to be the most exquisitely beautiful beings.
Yeah, I talked about this earlier.
And I cannot reconcile the iron nails and the iron teeth being on somebody who is supposed to be just stunning to look at.
Oh, interesting. The nails don't bother me because they're just giving I don't know, lots of people have long ass nails, but the teeth
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think does that mean Baba Yellowlegs was hot too?
I mean, she probably was, but she was also old.
But she was old, yeah. So it's giving they haven't talked about, at some point in this section, they talk about the three-faced goddess or whatever, which is a pretty common thing in witch lore across universes. So maid and mother crone situation. So I'm just assuming that all the hot ones are in their maiden era. And then Baba Yellowlegs was in the crone era. That's I don't know. That's how I'm rationalizing it in my head. But yeah, the other day, Rick was like, I always think that witches are old and haggard and ugly.
Yeah.
And you need to know that these witches are hot.
Real hot.
How he worded it.
It's true.
I'm into it. All right, where are we? Chapter 5. Selena and Rowan travel through the lush, misty Cambrian mountains in agonizing silence, with the Fey warrior utterly ignoring her exhaustion and hunger. They camp without a fire to avoid attracting dangerous predators, leaving Selena to freeze while she drinks from a magical, revitalizing stream. In the dark, she notices dozens of glowing eyes watching her from the trees, the little folk who recognize her royal Terrasen bloodline despite her mortal form. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Selena whispers to the fairies that their brethren in the west still survive, and she realizes Rowan is entirely aware of the magical exchange. Little folk, little guys.
We love a little folk.
There, and I didn't catch this until this reread, but there are little folk in Crescent City.
Oh, are there?
Yeah?
I don't remember. I believe you, though.
That's cool. She also talks a little bit about her, grandma's backstory. So Maeve is her great aunt, and she's the witch queen. But Maeve's sister was, I don't know how to pronounce. We have to make a decision about how we're pronouncing this. It's M-A-B.
I've been saying Mab.
Mab?
Mab. I say Mab.
I'm confused because the B and the V sound in Gaelic are similar. So I'm this could easily be pronounced closer to Maeve.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But they can't both be Maeve. That's confusing. Maeve. So we're calling her Mab? Mabe?
Wait, sorry, what do we call her? Mabe?
Mabe?
Maybe it's Maybelline. Done.
Maybelline. Her grandma Maybelline had been very much mortal when she tied her life to the human prince who loved her so fiercely. I don't know what she's talking about, but as there are 2 lines in this section where I'm like, this feels like a one-off throwaway, and Sarah J. Maas doesn't do that. And so this could be an Easter egg for something I don't remember from ACOTAR. This could be an Easter egg for something that's happening in the future of this book. This could be an Easter egg for something that happens in Crescent City, or this could be an Easter egg for something that happens in the future of ACOTAR, but I know it's not nothing. So that's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
That's all I'm saying about that. So that is chapter 5. Chapter 6, the King of Adarlan forces Dorian to spend the day entertaining the volatile Aedion Ashryver to test the prince's loyalties. During a tense walk in the garden, Aedion deliberately trips Dorian into a thorny rose bush, pushing the prince's buttons while masking his true cunning motives. Dorian takes his bleeding hand to the healer's catacombs, where he is treated by, are we saying Sorsha?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorsha, a quiet, beautiful healer from...
Whoa, no.
Gemini's wrong. She is not beautiful.
At all. She is not beautiful.
She's pretty.
Yes.
This is my least favorite thing that SJM has ever written. Like, we introduce this character, and the first thing she says is, she's not beautiful. She's pretty. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I love it.
Why have you done this to this poor woman? Look,
not everyone can be beautiful, and that's okay.
But then say nothing.
Right.
We don't need to... I don't know. Sorsha reveals she has been secretly doctoring their suspicious wounds for months without logging them, harboring a massive unspoken crush for the crown prince. My notes from this just say, Sorsha, bless.
Yeah.
I will also say, again, like in line with like the Maeve thing, it's going to be hard for me to call her Sorsha instead of Saoirse, because Saoirse is a name and Sorsha is not a name. Mm-hmm. So, like, we're just, like, butchering Gaelic in a weird way here.
Fair.
I mean, Rebecca does it, too, so, like, I don't know why I'm surprised that Sarah's doing it, but here we are. Chapter 7, Rowan leads Celaena deeper into the lush, misty Cambrian mountains, their agonizing, silent journey broken only by the sight of ancient carved mourning markers. They finally arrive at Mistward, a massive, moss-covered border fortress protected by powerful magical wards that crackle against Celaena's skin. After ignoring the sentries, Rowan marches Celaena straight into the dark interior of the main building, leaving her no time to prepare or freshen up. The chapter ends on a massive cliffhanger as Celaena walks into a firelit office and comes face to face with her aunt, Queen Maeve, who instantly strips away her alias by greeting her as Aelin Galathinius.
And isn't this where Aelin's like, she shouldn't be behind a desk or something like that?
It's the next chapter, okay. Yeah. So she's in an office.
Yeah.
She's behind a desk. And in chapter 8, Celaena Aelin says, it's crazy that she's behind a desk because she should be in an ethereal glen. And I respect that. Okay. Trapped in the office with the terrifying and manipulative Queen Maeve, Celaena attempts to bluff her way through the meeting, but is hopelessly outmatched by the ancient Fae. Maeve refuses to give Celaena any information about the word keys until the assassin proves herself worthy by mastering her dormant, volatile fire magic. The Queen assigns Rowan to train her, who she refers to as Prince Rowan, leading to a brutal clash in the hallway where the immortal warrior effortlessly beats Celaena down and confiscates all her weapons. Exiled to a freezing tiny cell in order to work in the kitchens, a battered Celaena stares at the stars, crushed by the guilt that she damned her kingdom 10 years ago and wishing she were no one at all.
He punches her hard.
He does. He's not holding back.
No.
He's kind of an asshole.
He's a huge asshole, in fact.
He is both huge, an asshole, and a huge asshole. Maeve has an owl. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I like owls are around. The fact that she can summon and manipulate flame, and we've confirmed that now in this section. I think that's cool. I know we talked about that in the last episode, how you guys don't think it's cool. But
whoa, hold up.
Rick thinks it's cool, but he doesn't think lightning is cool.
Yeah, of course. Right. Yes.
You're both wrong. They're both cool. But apparently that's like a rare in the Fae world. Fire is like a rare power.
Mm-hmm. Like Rowan's power is cool.
Rowan's power is very cool.
But he can like suck the wind or the air out of the atmosphere.
Yeah,
he can like kill people.
Yeah, he like talked about I don't know if the notes are going to it, but he like goes into this part where he was like, yeah, I was captured once and they put me in this iron thing and they had to do it because I was like literally choking them because I took the oxygen out of the world. I was like, that's badass.
Cool beans. All right. Chapter 9, we are officially introduced to the icy and lethal Manon Blackbeak, heir to the Blackbeak. We already know this. Anyway, she's standing guard at the Acanthus River. Her grandmother, the ruthless Mother Blackbeak, meets with a mortal duke to discuss a terrifying new alliance with the king of Adarlan. Mother Blackbeak orders the Elite 13 to spread the word for all Iron Teeth witches to assemble at the deadly Farian Gap. The king has offered them a glorious violent gift. Wyverns to act as his aerial cavalry, with the promise that the witches can eventually use the beast to reclaim their lost western wastes. So the 13 is Manon's coven. She is the leader of the 13, and they are like an elite military force in the Blackbeak clan.
I remembered the other important point about the Crookins is that the Crookins cursed the other witches. And so that nothing would grow on their lands. And so they had to leave their homeland because they couldn't grow food or have anything there.
Yeah.
And they're trying to break the curse. One of the reasons why they're trying to kill all the Crookins is to break the curse so they're able to return home. They are homeless right now.
Right.
Have no home.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 10. Back in Rifthold, a stressed and exhausted Chaol Westfall is furious to discover two of his guards abandon their post to attend a massive debaucherous tavern party hosted by Aedion Ashryver.
Hell yeah.
Chaol tracks the deserters down and fires them on the spot, but when he tries to confront the General of the North, Aedion is mysteriously missing from his own bash. Very Gatsby of him. Through his parties, he doesn't go to them. Realizing the general is playing a highly dangerous game, Chaol decides he needs to find leverage to keep him in line. Meanwhile, Chaol plots to use Celaena's old rebel contacts to somehow find a way to free magic, desperately hoping to protect Dorian from his own emerging powers.
I wonder where Aedion's going.
We find out in like 3 chapters. Chapter 11, Celaena wakes up freezing in her miserable room at Mistward, but finds a healing salve left outside her door by a begrudging Rowan. She reports to the massive kitchen for scullery duty and meets Emrys and Luca, 2 friendly demi-fae who feed her a glorious life-giving breakfast of eggs and potatoes. Celaena learns that Mistward is a haven for the half-blooded offspring who aren't deemed worthy enough by Maeve to enter Doranel, and that magic is practically non-existent among them. Despite Luca gossiping about Rowan's sadistic, stone-cold killer reputation, Celaena remains determined to endure the brutal kitchen labor and training to get her answers about the word keys.
We love little friends.
We love the kitchen.
I like these guys. I'm into them.
Right.
Emrys has a husband, a mate. Luca seems, I don't know, in my head he looks like King Arthur in The Sword and the Stone. Like he's a little dude, little blonde dude. This is also the other like throwaway line that I keep talking to Rick about, and I mentioned this in the last episode. So they're talking about how the Fae aren't the only ones that have magic, and they say some believed that the gods had also bred with ancient humans and given them magic that way. So my hypothesis is that that's what's up with Dorian's magic. Again, that might not be what's going on with Dorian specifically, but that's my hypothesis based on that line. But everything I said about how this could be an Easter egg about anything in the Maasverse stands here. Chapter 12. The Blackbeak clan arrives at the Farian Gap, settling into the dark, reeking halls of the Omega Mountains where tensions immediately boil over. The witches cross the harrowing Black Bridge into the northern Fang to finally lay eyes on the King of Adarlan's aerial army, accompanied by the zealous Bluebuds and the arrogant Yellowlegs. Down in the viewing pits, the witches watch in awe as a massive, ferocious bull wyvern named Titus brutally snaps a man in half and swallows his torso whole. Instantly captivated by the beast's pure, unadulterated violence, Manon decides right then and there that the murderous wyvern will be her mount.
Yeah, and I know that, I don't know, I'm curious, because you knew about other things, you have like some spoilers, but I'm curious what your thoughts were here. Like my first read of this, I was like, oh yeah, that's her mount. That's who she's getting.
So I know that her mount's name isn't Titus, but I was like, she could rename them. But I have seen a sticker of, what is it, Abraxos?
Abraxos.
I've seen a sticker of Abraxos and Fleetfoot snoozing together. And I was like, either Titus is secretly a softie, or this is not her Wyvern.
Fair.
Yeah, I was very convinced this is hers.
Yeah, I didn't think one way or the other about it. I was like, if she wants him, she's going to get him.
And I immediately loved everything about the witches from the get. Like, I love their dynamics. I love that they are this, like, visually to me looks like the dark parts of, like, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And so that's, like, what I'm picturing in my head also. It's just, like, all the evil dudes all in one spot. And so, yeah, this was, like, from the get was, like, my favorite parts.
Yeah, I thought this was really cool. I like the, like, backstory between the three clans. Like, I like that the Yellowlegs and the Blackbeaks are, like, beefing, but they're both, like, the Blue Bloods are, like, so annoying and, like, pious, religious, and, like, it's just stupid. Yeah, I liked it. All right, chapter 13. After a grueling morning of dishwashing and chopping vegetables, Rowan wordlessly leads Celaena up into the Misty Mountains to a field of ancient iron-sealed barrows. He tells her she must walk through the mounds and face the deadly barrow wights if she wants to prove herself worthy of entering Doranel. Knowing it's a trap meant to test her courage and discipline, and fully aware that her mortal weapons are useless against such creatures, Celaena swallows her sheer terror. Refusing to back down or give the immortal prince the satisfaction of watching her run, she walks onto the dead grass of the barrow field completely unarmed. She says to him at one point, I've already participated in a dozen versions of the master-disciple training saga, so why don't we cut that horseshit too? And I just want to be clear that I also wish that we could cut that horseshit. I don't want to read our fourth training montage with Celaena Sardothia. I'm over it.
Yeah, which to be fair is a lot of these chapters.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine because at least it's different, but like, I appreciate the nod to like the reader might be a little over this too.
Yeah. Well, and he's just trying to get her to shift.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
So.
Chapter 14. As Celaena navigates the terrifying barrows, she is ambushed by an unnatural, suffocating darkness that plunges her into her absolute worst nightmares. My notes say, what the fuck is that thing? The entity forces her to hallucinate the gruesome, blood-soaked murders of her parents and the mutilated body of Nehemia, completely breaking her mind until she is vomiting and sobbing in the dirt. Fueled by pure, desperate survival instinct, her fey magic violently unleashes in a surge of blue wildfire, and she instinctively shifts into her immortal form. Rowan drags her out of the darkness, completely baffled, revealing that the horror wasn't a wight at all, but some unknown malevolent entity he has never encountered before.
Two things. I really think SJM dropped the ball in the last chapter by not making chapter 13 about the 13. Also, this, even the first time I read this, I had, it just really reminded me of Empire Strikes Back when Luke goes into the cave.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I still got those vibes from this part.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Okay. Chapter 15. Chaol endures a tense, hateful meeting with his father, the Lord of Oniony. Yes.
Also, wait, real quick. In that last chapter, didn't she like? I don't know. I don't know if you said this. Didn't she like the things? Didn't she like hallucinate about her family dying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing pulled up her
Sorry,
worst
I was
memory.
probably doing like that.
Yeah, so that she saw her worst memories, which was the murders of her parents and
Nehemia's body.
Okay.
But not Sam's body. Although I would put that up there too. We seem to have forgotten about Sam.
Well, that doesn't push the story forward.
Fine. All right. So Chaol's meeting with his dad. They're desperately negotiating a delay to his return home so he can buy time to stay in Rifthold. Meanwhile, Dorian visits the healer's catacombs to get his thorny hand patched up by Sorsha, who is secretly harboring a massive crush on the prince. They share a deeply, oh my God, Amanda. They share a surprising, intimate, and vulnerable conversation where Sorsha reveals her parents were murdered in the city's immigrant purge after her home in Fenharrow was burned. Deeply moved by her tragic past and her quiet grace, Dorian later sends a messenger to get the name of her destroyed village so he can permanently add it to his personal map. I loved this.
Great chapter.
Great.
We are now, Sorsha is now becoming a character.
Yeah. And I also, I know I've said this like a dozen times, but like I appreciate that the things the King of Adarlan does are terrible and like realistically terrible and rooted in realistic terrible things that could occur. I appreciate some reality in my fantasy.
Chapter. Well, and I like that Dorian says because Dorian's like, Sorsha, how are you here when my father has done this to your family? And she's like, I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And then he like reflects on that for Celaena also. And so, I mean, as we know, this book is full of orphans who have all sort of ended up here because they had nowhere else to go.
Right. And again, like the Maas verse is not kind to women. And everyone's just, and I guess Archer's in this category too. Like it's just, everyone's just like doing what they need to do to survive.
Yeah.
And oftentimes in this universe, that means working for the enemy.
Yeah.
Chapter 16. Manon expertly navigates the deadly politics of the witch mess hall, nearly coming to blows with the arrogant Yellowlegs heir Iskra over line cutting and dominance. Later, Manon leads her elite 13 to the Wyvern pits, where they mount their beasts for the first time to execute the terrifying crossing, a sheer suicidal drop into the abyss of the Farian Gap. Some of her friends in this chapter are twins named Feline and Fallon, and I just want you all to know that Feline is the name of the girl baby deer in Bambi, who Bambi eventually marries.
Yep. They are the demon twins.
Yeah.
They're stealthy.
Yeah. So Manon flawlessly guides her wyvern into a dive and soars back up into the clouds, feeling the wild, intoxicating thrill of flying once again. After the triumphant fight, Mother Blackbeak privately commands Manon to become wing leader over all the clans in the upcoming war games, solidifying her brutal path to ultimate dominance.
Yeah, great. I'm with it. We got a war games coming up, you know.
This is the chapter I read aloud to my dog because she was being a terror. And also in this chapter, she says, witches didn't need blood to survive, but humans didn't need wine either, which I love.
Very cool.
I feel like I get it. Like I understand why they drink blood now. And then I wrote, should I get the wing leader?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, chapter 17. Celaena wakes up battered, bruised, and sporting a horrific black eye after her uncontrolled shifting the day prior. She suffers through a brutal day of training where Rowan forces her to sit freezing in the temple ruins, refusing to teach her magic until she successfully shifts. Later that night, a starving Celaena. Guys.
Do you want me to read?
No. Later that night, a starving Celaena sneaks into the kitchen and listens from the shadows as Emerys tells a terrifying campfire tale about flesh-stealing skinwalkers. She notices a white-tailed hawk watching from the open door and realizes it's Rowan in his animal form, silently observing her every move. This is also the first reference we get to silent conversations between Celaena and Rowan. That we get more into that in a couple chapters, but they seem to be communicating silently with each other.
Maybe they know sign language.
Maybe they know telepathy.
Maybe they have very expressive eyes.
Maybe it's Maybelline, but
that's her grandma.
That's right. But I do. So in the beginning, in like chapter 1, there was like a hawk watching her on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
on a what?
On the roof.
Ugh.
It's the top of a house, a roof. Oh, governor. A diamond in the roof.
That's from Aladdin.
That's not from Aladdin.
Like what a dog says. Rough.
Aladdin had carpets.
What?
Aladdin had carpets.
He had one carpet.
There were other carpets in the show, though.
But no.
Yeah, like in the streets of Agrabah.
Yeah, but there's only one magic carpet.
But I didn't say there wasn't only. There were multiple carpets in there. He had the nice one.
18. Dorian visits the healer's catacombs with a minor wrist injury, just as an excuse to flirt with Sorsha.
I've been there.
The conversation turns dark when they discuss the monsters that attacked the castle before Yulmus. Overwhelmed by traumatic memories.
Yulmus. Sorry.
Man. Overwhelmed by traumatic memories and his fear of his father's wrath, Dorian completely loses control of his dormant magic, violently blasting the workroom with ice and shattering the glass. Instead of turning him into the brutal healer, Sorsha... What?
Instead of turning him in, comma...
to the brutal head healer, Sorsha covers for him by claiming she knocked over the table, secretly promising the prince she will help him find a way to suppress his dangerous powers. Meanwhile, Chaol trails a supposedly drunk Aedion into the slums, only to discover the general slipping into a heavily guarded rebel hideout. We check on Fleetfoot in this chapter. Fleetfoot's chilling. He's doing okay. She's chilling. She's doing okay. And I'm giving myself a point because I called that he had ice magic. Good job.
Very usual suspects of Aedion. Stumbling out, being drunk, slowly walking very straight.
Yeah.
Aedion is Kaiser Sorsay.
Yeah.
Very gassy, too. He's throwing parties that he's not attending. He's acting drunk. He's stone cold sober. Very Gatsby. Chapter 19. Chaol is captured by the rebel sentries and dragged before Aedion, Ren Allsbrook, and Murtagh. I don't know or care who those people are. Aedion drops a massive bombshell on the captain. Sure, but like that's too many people in 23 chapters.
Wait, hold on. Pause real quick. This is now the second time that the captain of the guard has been caught by the same fucking rebels.
I know. Like, he's just not a good captain. Like, maybe they should have not hired like a 19-year-old to be the captain of the guard, you know? All right, Aedion drops a massive bombshell on the captain, revealing that he threw the king's dark ring into the sea years ago and is actually a rebel working from the inside. So he was given one of the rings. He was like, that smells weird, like literally. And so he threw it into the sea and made a fake ring. So he's not leashed to the king in that way. Facing certain death and brutal torture at the hands of the scarred Ren, Chaol plays his only trump card and reveals the earth-shattering truth. Aelin Galathinius is alive. Aedion is absolutely gutted to realize the lost queen he swore to protect is not only the king's champion, but the very assassin Chaol just shipped away to Wendlyn. I don't know, man. I get why he did that, but I'm kind of like, that wasn't your story to tell, my guy.
Why? To tell about Aelin?
Yeah.
I don't think
he says he thinks that Aelin would want her cousin to know.
Yeah, well, that's what I read that as too, because we learned quickly that Aedion and Aelin were like really, really tight as small children, and so Chaol likely knew that.
Yeah.
And so
because he also was like, I'm not going to tell anyone except him alone. I don't want anyone around.
Yeah, it's fine. I just was annoyed.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I really think I don't think he had a choice. I think it was either tell about her or die. Yeah. And like he wanted to help her, and it's like it's two steps back, one step forward with him, you know? Like,
yeah.
I really liked learning though, because Aedion is set up as being this like tremendous warrior, and he was named General of the North, and his Bane is supposed to be like the best troop ever.
And they're coming, supposedly.
Yes.
Right. But then we learned that like most of what they've done was completely staged.
Yeah, because it's like the rebels and...
Exactly. So they actually all are still like Terracine citizens who are like, yes, our kingdom will return at some point. And so we're like faking battles and like pretending to stab each other and then walking off the battlefield when it turns dark, which I thought was cool.
So what are your thoughts on that, Amanda? Like, the way he was introduced is like, he's bad. He's the king's fucking sword, like, were you...
Yeah.
It happened kind of quick, but were you expecting him to be on the good side as of this moment in the book?
I was surprised. I would say I was pleasantly surprised. I like this shift. I like that he's still an ass, and so I like that he's like, he's still shoving Dorian into the rose bushes, and he's still like not like, I don't think he's ever going to be nice to the rest of the guys. But I like that he is loyal to Terracine, and that he's loyal to like, I think that is part of the cause. And so I like, the cause is not super clear what that is yet, but like, I like that he's loyal to Terrasen and therefore to Aelin. And I like that he threw the ring into the sea because I like being right about the rings. They're important. Because I feel like from the minute they started talking about the ring, I was like, I watched that movie. All right, chapter, where are we? 20. Frustrated by her inability to change forms, Celaena demands to see Rowan shift, marveling as he seamlessly transforms into a hawk.
Throne.
And then transforms back, and she's like, where do your clothes go? He's like, I don't fucking know.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the question, and then like, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Like, okay.
Great. It's like, oh, that's just not in his mind. When Rowan taunts her about Queen Maeve, Celaena snaps and attacks him, leading to a brutal physical struggle where the immortal warrior effortlessly pins her against a tree. In a shocking display of primal dominance, Rowan bites her neck so deeply he draws blood, triggering Celaena's deepest survival instincts, fueled by feral rage and the pain of the bite. Celaena finally shifts into her mortal fae form, bearing her elongated canines at the prince. There's a lot of teeth bearing in this chapter.
Yeah.
All right, chapter 21. In her fae form, Celaena is overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of her magic, completely losing control as a devastating wall of blue wildfire erupts from her body. Rowan uses his own immense wind and ice powers to pull the oxygen from the air, suffocating her flames before she burns the entire forest down. After Rowan cruelly tells her she is worthless and the world would have been better off if she died 10 years ago. Fucking ouch.
Right.
A shattered Celaena packs her bags and leaves Mistward. Despite Rowan intercepting her in the woods, she screams that Nehemia is dead and wanders off into the dark, rainy mountains to sleep in a shallow cave alone.
Not before lighting a fire. This is where she lights the fire?
She does. She lights a fire at the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
Chapter 22, Celaena wakes in the dead of night to find the terrifying flesh-eating skinwalkers from Emerys's story hunting her outside her cave. She flees through the treacherous woods, but is intercepted by Rowan, who demands she shift into her fae form to survive their supernatural speed. The two warriors sprint toward a rushing river to escape the creatures, with Rowan brutally decapitating one of the monsters without breaking his stride. As they leap off a high cliff into the abyss, Celaena unleashes the bottomless well of her magic, completely incinerating the skinwalkers mid-air in a spectacular blast of wildfire. This was badass.
It's very cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Also, like, pretty tense. Like, the skinwalkers are pretty scary, you know, and like, the way that they're like creeping around the forest and how she's like saying they're like right literally next to her talking.
Yeah.
Also, too, like the chapter before when he tells her that she should have died 10 years ago, the first time I read this, I was like, holy shit, how does he come back from that?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's awful. And so is this, like, full redemption here? I don't know. But, like, I still would be big mad at him for saying that.
Yeah.
So, I guess, I mean, just a question. I agree with you. I obviously agree with you. He should be dead for that. But she also feels the same way for the most part. Like, things would be better if I had died, you know? So it's like, she's going through
that makes it even worse.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like he shouldn't have said that. Like, he shouldn't have said that. Like, that can't believe he said that. But I'm wondering, it's like maybe because she also feels that way, that he's just telling her
what she like already believes.
Right. Yeah. You know, like, again, I don't agree with it, but I'm just thinking on that, because it's like one of the biggest things that she's coming to grips with through this entire story about like what happened 10 years ago, and it should, like, I shouldn't be like, all like it's just it's continuous.
Yeah, he's just saying what's in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chapter 23. The witches gather to claim their wyverns, but the arrogant Yellowlegs heir, Iskra, sabotages Manon by shoving her straight into the fighting pit with Titus the murderous bull. Facing certain death, Manon is shockingly saved when the chain-scarred bait beast attacks Titus to protect her, forging an instant, unspoken alliance. Manon uses her sword, Windcleaver, to sever the bait beast's iron chains, allowing the smaller wyvern to brutally tear out Titus's throat and win the battle. Defying her furious grandmother, who brutally slaps her for picking a runty scrap of meat that has never even flown, Manon formally claims the bait beast as her own and names him Abraxos. I thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was very Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is the Rancor pit.
Right. Well, like the reason, so the bull is like cruel for the sake of cruelty.
Yeah.
Right? Like he eats that guy's whole torso when we first meet him. And in this scene, like he's like really messing with the bait beast, like just like toying with him in a way that's like really unnecessary. And Abraxos is scrappy and like refuses to back down. And I think it really says something about Manon that she's like, no, I'm way more interested in this like cunning creature who doesn't take death for an answer than this one who's just brutal in this way. Like this one is actually stronger because this one beat that one.
She says,
basically.
It's like, I think it's the next chapter. It's just a line that she describes him with. I think it's great where it's like,
this man is always telling us something that she's going to say in the next chapter.
It's a line. And we're talking about Abraxos and like why she picked him. So it's important. She says like the scars that you have, don't wear them like negatively. They're a trophy. You're a survivor.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was cool. I liked this. Like I said, I like first time around, I don't know. I guess I wasn't like surprised that she didn't have Titus, but this, like the fact that she had the bait beast was surprising to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really thought like this did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Well, and now like her grandma wants her to be the wing leader. Now, like, can this beast even fly? Can this beast be the wing leader? Like, I don't know. I think it's really interesting.
And not only did he beat, go ahead.
I love that SJM is like setting us up to root for the bad guys here.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, like, we're like, yeah, go Abraxos. Like, yeah, go Manon, you know? And it's like,
they're working for the king. They are like bloodthirsty witches working for the king.
In the first chapter when we meet Manon, she literally kills 3 innocent people.
Just because she just wants to.
Literally,
but I think this is something that I feel like comes up a lot in fantasy books, but like you can't apply human morality to non-human characters. You know, like I feel this about werewolves. We've talked about this with Fae. Like this, like she's not a human. She's a witch. And witch morality is going to be different than human morality.
Yeah.
Heard.
I also love that Abraxos beat Titus with no fucking spikes on his tail. Like barely any fucking teeth, you know, like
right. He had a giant, like he'd already taken like a giant hunk out of his side. Yeah.
And it's the chapter that we get the quote, "From now until the darkness claims us."
Yep. Which is what the 13 says. They are the 13 from now until the darkness claims us. And the darkness is capitalized.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Either.
So
I'm pretty sure.
Where do we go from here, Amanda?
Our next...
No, like what happens next?
Oh. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't have, like I said this in the last episode, I don't really have predictions. I just have wonderings. So I'm interested in learning more about this new little healer girl. I'm interested in learning more about Aedion. I don't think we're done with his backstory. Chaol's kind of pissing me off. His relationship with his dad is annoying. I'm over it. Now we have a grumpier refrigerator ear guy, so I don't know.
Chaol's dad and there's another character later, but they remind me of the same exact character from Lord of the Rings. They remind me of like the king from the third movie, the one that's like the evil king that's like possessed. Do you remember or no?
The one who jumps off the cliff?
Yes, him. I don't know. Just like
I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. They just give off the same vibe to me. All right, so we haven't heard really yet from the king of Adarlan yet, Amanda.
We haven't heard from the king. I'm interested in sort of how he's going to respond to the Wyvern situation. I don't know if like all the witches are going to turn on the king or if just some of the witches are going to turn on the king, but I think it's really stupid of the king to trust the witches. Like, I just don't think that they have the same interests. So I'm interested in learning about that. I do think Aelin, Selena, it is worth noting that Rowan will only call her Aelin, but the narrators still refer to as Selena, so I don't know when that switches, what I'm supposed to be calling her, but I do think she's going to make it to Fairyland, but I don't know when or why or how.
I think she's still being referred to as Selena because she has not accepted that she's not Selena yet.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. But other people are starting to call her Aelin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so let's see. We have, so you don't know what's going to happen with the king yet. We have friends on separate sides of the continent.
Yep. I think they're on different continents.
Sorry, yes, that's what I meant. Different continents. Are we going to meet soon? Are we going to meet later? Are we ever going to meet again?
I think we're going to meet again. I don't know that we're going to meet soon. I don't know that we're going to meet in this book.
Do we not meet till the very end?
It's possible.
That is.
I know.
Go ahead.
Wait, the next one's not the tandem read. There's another book before the tandem read.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to meet again. Because then we have to split up again, and then we have to come together again.
All right.
Because my theory that I'm pretty sure is true is that the tandem read is you've told me it's two separate perspectives. It's two separate stories happening simultaneously, and that's why you tandem read it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is why you tandem read it.
We have to be split up then. It feels like a really long time to be split up. If we're split up for this book, the next book, the tandem read, and then we come together in the last book, that's too long. We're gonna join forces before then.
The tandem read is Lord of the Rings. Everyone's on their own quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. So that's what I was actually thinking, Lord of the Rings. That's why I asked you that, because I had seen Lord of the Rings many times, but it had been like years, and I think I saw it on the internet that I didn't realize, because I'm the viewer watching it all happen at the same time, that like Legolas and Aragorn, Legolas. Yeah, Legolas. And Aragorn, after the first movie, they don't see each other till like the very end of the last movie.
Yeah, that's correct.
And if you'd watch the extended versions, that's a real long time.
Yeah, and it's so interesting that like all those guys became such good friends.
Yeah.
Even though like they almost never shot scenes together.
Yeah. So that's why I was curious when our Legolas is gonna see each other. And now I'm good.
Which one is Legolas?
Aedion.
Blonde?
Yes.
Blonde?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He is blonde, right?
Rowan's blonde.
Rowan's like white-haired.
Rowan Whitethorn, then. Rowan Whitehair. Rowan Hawkthorn. Let's see.
All right.
Wait, one more question. So, King still big bad?
Oh, I don't know that he's the big bad, but he is the current bad. I don't know if there's a bigger bad than him. It seems like a long time for him to be the big bad.
Well, again, I will counter. Go ahead.
Bad. He's bad.
He's bad.
Yeah, no, again, I will counterpoint you. And this is exactly what I said to you in real life, that for 7 out of the 9 Star Wars movies, Palpatine was the bad guy. was the main big bad.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know. I'm not.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't have predictions. I just have wonderings.
All right. What's our homework?
We talked about what else we're reading yesterday. So any updates for anybody?
I read a lot yesterday.
What did you read at your tattoo appointment?
I read more than a third of one of the Dungeon Crawl books. I hate saying that. I just should say DCC.
Awful. Yeah.
It's such a tongue twister. And I am almost done with our next set of chapters for this also. So 4 hours of tattooing. All I did was read. It was great.
Yeah. I'm a little less than halfway through The Great Man, and I started Tough Guy, the audiobook, which is the third book in the Game Changer series.
I continued reading Heir of Fire, and I think my plan is to just read Heir of Fire, just finish it. Just that's what I'll do this week.
Yeah, since I'm the only one who hasn't read this book before, I feel like it's really important for me to read on pace with what we're reading, but I don't think anybody else has to.
Right.
Yeah, so my plan is to read Heir of Fire straight. Let's see, I have a little less than... I'm just thinking this through. I should be done with the book by Wednesday. And then I think I'll read Dungeon Crawler Carl, book 5, and maybe see if I can just push forward to the end. So that's my plan.
When does the next one come out? Sometime this year.
I think it comes out in May, but I did just learn that if you had Kickstarted it, you got it already. Like you just got it.
Wow.
Goodreads dropped their last challenge of the season, and we knew it was going to be Women's History Month, and it is women's history nonfiction, which is like, girl, drag me for always saying I'm going to read smart books and not actually reading them. So I am going to read a nonfiction book about women in the Ravensbrück concentration camp who are members of the French resistance.
So a little light reading.
A little light reading. So I'll read that next.
That is such a book.
Such a beach,
right?
Such a beach book. Such
a beach read.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. It was that and another one, but this one didn't have a weight, and I want to read it. The thing about the last challenge is you only got 30 days to do it, so really gotta get on that. Don't have time to wait for a book. I felt like I had another book thing to tell you guys. Oh, it's not a book thing, but the other update since yesterday is that we went to the NYCFC season ticket holder, city member season kickoff last night, and I met Sky the Pigeon.
How's he doing?
We love.
They are incredible. Everyone was so excited to see them. The kids were so into it. Everyone who had a jersey was like posing with the jersey, and Sky has a star as a belly button because we have a championship. And so like they kept being like, I had pigeon earrings on, and I was like, oh my God, Sky, like I knew you'd be here. So I wore these earrings. You're on my earrings. And they were like, gave me a big hug. It was really cute. And I'm obsessed. It was like, I don't know. It was cool. I feel like city member events are interesting because they got to appeal to like drunk adults and families. And it turns out a mascot does both of those things really well. So that was really fun. And it was at 5 Iron, which is like a golf simulator bar.
Yeah.
So we didn't do the golfing. I mean, we did like a little putt-putt at some point, but we did the multi-sport simulator. So we, like Tristan and I, did like a digital penalty kick soccer thing, and he was so much better at it than me, but I had a handicap, so I won.
Was my friend Chris there?
I didn't see him, but it was like an all-day thing, so there were like 3 separate. I also don't know if he's like technically a season ticket holder or if he just like works alongside the club.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure if he was me there. I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently one of our former students was at the session before. She responded to my Instagram story.
Oh, that's cool.
One of our former advisees.
All right. That's fun.
So that was cool.
All right. What's our homework?
All right. Your homework is to read chapters 24 through 44, which will get you about 2/3 of the way through the book. And that's it.
All right. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.